right? Everyone on this call, like when you had your symptoms start, you had one understanding of that. And now in hindsight, you may look back, and I suspect many of you are looking back, and you see your life through a whole different lens, right? You're like, oh, there was that. There was, oh, it's like the picture starts to, it's like folding and unfolding as your understanding of the situation, of the nervous system, of yourself is like deepening. So it's like the same thing for me on my journey, like we say down that nervous system triangle, but into CFS and like on the way out. And just to kind of touch on what like Adrienne said, recovery became like there went through a phase where I was just like really confused about what does recovery even mean and what did that mean for me? Because like I went through the program and I got my life back and I wasn't dealing with like what I thought of as CFS symptoms, but I was also like, oh my gosh, there's more, you guys. Like there's more
Mm-hmm.
to me, there's more to life, there's more to what I could achieve. And so suddenly what I had thought was 100% was nowhere near 100%. And that was my life before, though. That's how I lived my entire life. I didn't know anything about the nervous system. I didn't know about dysregulation. And so it it still is an ongoing work. And I'm still like, just like you guys, Adrienne and I recently got introduced to the gray theory. So that's like new for us. We didn't have that in our recovery. So it was a lot of finding balance and chunking things down. And I just was really mindful not to go into some of my old all or nothing behaviors. I didn't know that's what it was, but like for me, working out, if I couldn't go to the gym and work out for 2 hours, then I was like, why am I even going to bother going? Like a 10-minute walk outside, that's not worth it, and so kind of being mindful when any of those kinds of all or nothing things crept in, or my perfectionism about things, like actually even like I was so intense, you guys. Like perfection would go to like the post-it note I was writing a coworker or something, or like answering emails. Like I just had this never-ending to-do list of all these things I was trying to get perfectly, and in trying to do it perfectly, I was just spinning my wheels and I wasn't getting anywhere. So like part of that was letting myself be imperfect at the things in my life, and actually surprisingly to me, it gave me more capacity to show up in a way that I wanted to for more people and for more things. So the more I could balance those things out, then I was realizing, oh, this is improving, this is working. And so then kind of like my capacity would still increase, and it wouldn't be like going through adjustment periods, but I would notice like I would have days where I was more tired or more emotional or more irritable. And then that kind of shifted for me too. So it was constantly balancing stuff out, and it still is, even like you guys, it's like I'm adulting, and we have taxes due, and I've never done independent contractor. I had it like so easy. I could like do our little tax thing, and it was like a few minutes, and I'd send it out and I'd get a refund, and it was fine. Well, I've never done expenses and like set aside the money and like da, 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 da. And my old mind wants to come back. It wants to go into overdrive. It wants to like freak out for hours at night and procrastinate on doing the thing that it
Yeah.
actually needs to do. And so for me, balance has been like, okay, look at it. Just look at it today. Like, just look at the email. You can do that. Okay. Just look at the forms instead of like old me would do that and then try to hyper focus on it and like feel burnt out about it. And like, it was just, I was all over the place, you guys. And so for me, it's that I could like in all these little ways kind of back into my 3 foot world and what's my next thing I could do. And that helps me gray it out because I'm still prone to those old neural pathways are there and I'm a work in progress. So